Welcome back, everyone. I'm Setharoth, and today we are diving into the final Vampire Lord Perk video. There's been over 40 of these puppies, so I had to break it up into a series of deep dives. But now we're on the last set, and I have saved some of the best for last. So without further ado, let's don our new clothes, or lack thereof, technically, and have a look at some new perks. Next is Unearthly Will. Blood Magic, Night Powers, the race spell in your right hand, and Hemomancy in your mortal form costs 25% less. The Vampiric Drain spell in mortal form costs 50% less. So as you can see, this one doesn't really require a demonstration. It just makes all of your spells and abilities, mostly the spells, Blood Magic, Night Powers, your race spell, anything that uses magicka will cost less. And for obvious reasons, if you're doing a caster-like build, that is preferable. The next perk is Blood from a Stone. This is blood magic, and the raise spell in your right hand, and Hemomancy in your mortal form, so that's the blood magic that you learn in the Hemomancy questline, can now damage Daedra and automatons. This is another one that doesn't really need much of a demo because it just won't work if you try to use blood magic on automatons because they don't have any blood. But it will work after you take the Blood from a Stone perk. So I guess you find ways to opt to, tweak your own blood so that it's now the one doing the damage to the target. I don't know. That's how I try to make that work as far as story mode is concerned. Next we have Lord of Destruction. The raise spell in your right hand deals 0.5% more damage per level of destruction. So once you get up to 100 in destruction, the race spell in your right hand will deal 50% more damage. Alright, that brings us to Bloodstorm. Permanently upgrades the raise spell in your right hand to Bloodstorm. Concentrate to cast a barrage of exploding blood spheres that deal 25% more damage. Now, finally, it's kind of funny that the magicka-related buffs wouldn't actually be much you could put into the demo side. I mean, like, showing less magicka cost is kind of like, doesn't really need a demo. Just kind of have to read it and point it out. But the blood spheres, I know you guys have been seeing this throughout 2 other demos, but this is what it looks like. And as you can see, it is much more effective than a single straight line of firepower that hits a target. Much more effective to just be able to freaking carpet bomb everything and their mother. That is an awesome spell. And as you can see from all the magicka reducing perks and bonuses that I have in place, I can use this spell for quite some time before I run out of magicka. Alright, next is Exsanguinate. Your Vampiric Drain spell in mortal form deals 50% more damage when fighting only one enemy, and can be dual cast for a chance to stagger enemies. This one is particularly fun if you mix it with the vampire rank ability that allows you to feed when someone is staggered. So you can actually combine these two so that when you drain a single target and stagger them, you can also feed, which looks a lot more, it looks pretty cool. Well, you know what, let's give that a shot. I feel like I need to actually need to demo something. Just sitting here reading things off a list does not a fun video make. Let me go find a couple friends that I can pick on. Look, I have so many friends now. And start the feeding frenzy. Wow, these guys are tougher than I thought they'd be. Let's just keep this going. I've got a perk. I believe this perk is from, is it Ordinator? No, it's Andromeda. It makes my novice spells free to cast. So Vampiric Drain, for example, is just endless. Now, if you remember with this perk, it only kicks in when you have one target left. So we're going to just deal with all of these extra ones. And then we'll be looking for a chance to stagger. Oh, we do extra damage when it's one-on-one, put it that way. But when they stagger like that, you can get into feed if you get in fast enough. I didn't quite make that one. Okay, alright. Now we've just got this gentleman here. Stagger, please. There we go. Oh, no. Oh, I just died too quick. Okay, let's try that again. Alright, single target. Stagger, please. Come on. Come on. You know you want to stagger. Trip up. There we go. Oh, nope. Dies too quickly. Dies too quickly. Alright, we'll try one more time.
Now ain't this a surprise?
Yes, yes, I did not see this coming. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, dude, that activated my feeding powers. That's cool. What happened there? Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, right. So that actually increases the strength of my illusion magic against the target when I feed on them. I forgot about that. So this actually allows you to weaponize your illusion magic so that it's more effective against the target. Huh. While you're in melee combat. I like that. I hadn't thought of that application of the feeding in combat ability, but that makes a lot of sense. Nice. Alright, let's see what else we got. Alright, next we have Starving Artist. In mortal form, hemomancy spells used against people absorb health equal to 25% of their base damage, dealing that much extra damage and healing the caster for the same amount. Killing people with the hemomancy spells advances your Vampire Lord perks. So this is a really fun one to get, well, period. If you're doing a caster type build, you definitely want this one. Just the fact that you can feed your Vampire Lord perks while you're in your mortal form is huge, because there's so many quests where you're playing with NPCs or exposed to NPCs that you don't necessarily want to kill, right? I don't necessarily want to have to save my Vampire Lord form or save my Vampire Lord upgrading activities for when I'm alone in a dungeon. I want to be able to have some freedom and run around in the world and still level up my skills. And this is a perk that allows you to do that, because otherwise you'll be running around as a Vampire Lord and various patrols will all try and kill you. Keep in mind, this is also the spell that in one of my earlier demos I was fighting a bunch of people and realized that I was absorbing health with blood magic and couldn't remember how that was happening. This is how that was happening. So this gives you extra damage, and for that extra damage equal to 25% of the base damage, you get some healing. Now, 25% of the base damage isn't a whole lot of extra kick, but it does give you some regen. So it's not enough to make you overpowered, but it is very helpful. And I think I've already been demonstrating, you know what, we might as well. Make some friends. Make some more friends. We'll go back into mortal form for this, whip out some blood magic, and observe the health regeneration in all of its glory. Wonder if these next guys I summon will find it at all ominous that they're just popping into existence around a bunch of corpses. That's when you know you're screwed, right? Alright, let's grab us some Blood Garden, Blood Scourge, some unfriendly people.
I like this.
So the nice thing for the vampiric stuff is you can just, hit them all. Now the nice thing, remember I said that the level of regeneration that you get wasn't very high, it's just 25% of the base damage. But if you can suck the lives out of 5 or 6 people at once, like, it adds up. I just love life drain. It's 2 birds with 1 stone. You're hurting them and healing yourself all at the same time. It's glorious. It's also why I hate fighting vampires, because they whip out the drain and next thing you know you're dying and they're living. Which is quite a punch in the face considering they're not actually living. Anyway, moving on. Let's go back to Vampire Lord for another perk. Alright, next we have Auspex. In mortal form, your supernatural senses warn you of the presence of enemies within 200 feet, briefly illuminating them through walls. Enemies can only be illuminated once, and enemies that are too close cannot be detected. So this is specifically a warning system that, again, only applies to my mortal form. So this is one of the nice features that I really like about Sacrosanct, is that getting your Vampire Lord perks actually enhances or at least changes your mortal form playstyle, which I think makes a lot of sense. You're becoming a Vampire Lord. It makes sense that you shouldn't have to just wait to be a Vampire Lord to capitalize on the perks of being a Vampire Lord. You should be more powerful, even in your mortal form. And then, obviously, the Vampire Lord form needs to be cool. Now, where is that? I'm trying to find an example. It's a little harder with the sun up like this. It makes everything all washed out, which is exactly the color. There it is. See the red hue there? Let's see if I can find a better example. There we go. These look like, there we go. You see that? The red magic lining those creatures? Yeah, if you're in a dungeon, if you're in a city, anytime you come within 200 feet of potential enemies, they will be marked with that color scheme. It only lasts for a few seconds, which I kind of like, because that way it doesn't mess with your overall game experience, right? It doesn't just always mark everyone with those colors. Oh, geez. Including the big giant over there. We will keep our distance for now, although he might be useful for the next demo. I'm not sure. Anyway, so that's a good one, particularly for thief builds, if you want to make sure you're not getting snuck up on and getting into trouble. Highly recommend that one. And away we go. Alright, please ignore my lack of perk stars. Apparently I need to go in and do a little bit of quick cleaning on my mods. Maybe I'll do that this afternoon after work. Alright, so next we have, I think we already did make them beautiful. But, we might as well talk about this one. In mortal form, your hemomancy spells, so the blood magic you just saw me using, when used against people, has a 25% chance to tear them apart if they're below 25% health, instantly killing them. Can't argue with that. I think we actually may have seen that in the last demo, because those guys died real fast. But you know what? Let's do, might as well try and do another demo of that as well. Let's see. So that will require reverting form. We'll go black to blood magic. We'll bring out just one victim and see if he stays alive after 25% health, or if he just flat out dies. We'll head up over here into the woods. I want to deal with my demo person, not an angry giant, at least not yet. I think we'll stick with Blood Garden. Does damage a little slower than the other two, so that's probably the way we want to go.
Now ain't this a surprise?
Abracadabra. Alright, so at 25%, he dies out instantly. Ooh, I made another friend. Who is coming to play? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I want to deal with some kind. Oh, hag. Oh, dead hag. Okay. Alright, so I think I'm trying to see if that instant kill comes with some kind of a demonstration or something, but my magic is really powerful. So let's try something else. I'm just going to use a single shot of blood magic so we can get a more over time view, and then I want to hit him with one when he's past the 25% mark, right about there. Nope, not seeing an instant death, but I mean, the magic still works really, really well, so can't argue with that. I think the insta kill is probably has a chance of proccing. A lot of the Vampire Lord abilities I've seen are, you know, 9 out of 10 chance that it won't happen, but when it does, it's cool, so it's more like for flavor, as opposed to being a game-altering ability. Alright, let's see what's next here. Next we have Curtain Call. Briefly pacifies people affected by a different hemomancy spell before decapitating them, instantly killing them. Okay, this one will take a little bit of demonstration. Alright, first off, I need to make sure I have enough magicka, which I do not. Give me a moment to fix that. Okay, so this one is going to be a little... I've read that that's a little tricky to pull off. So, Curtain Call is technically a master spell, and you need to hit the opponent with it while they're under the effect of a different blood magic spell. So that's what we're going to try to pull off, but because master spells take longer to cast, it might take a couple of tries. We'll find out. Alright, step 1, make a new friend. I love how they spawn behind you. Alright, so we've got him severely injured. Activate slow time, and hopefully I can finish casting before he dies. Come on. Oh, jeez. Man, he died too fast. The fact that I am just too overpowered still kind of makes me laugh. Apparently, anyway, it's funny. Okay, let's try that one more time. I think if I just use one hand instead of dual cast. Always behind me. Always spawn behind me. Okay, there we go. Alright, now we got Curtain Call, slow time, start the long casting process, because master spells are like that. Come on, come on. Alright, I think we're ready. And here we go. Ooh, okay, so it said briefly... Oh, hello! Briefly pacifies them, and then kills them instantly. Okay, so the only catch there is because it's a master spell, you're going to be under attack while you're casting. But I wonder if you could make that work for multiple targets. You know what? Let's give that a shot. 5 ought to be enough. Alright, so single target, hit as many of them as I can, pop the time slow, grab curtain call, pray I live long enough to pull this off. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. Ah, stupid wildcat. Alright, this failed demo brought to you by Wildcat, because when you're casting and concentrating, they can still interrupt your spell casting. Let's see, so I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to make this work so that you can use that ability on multiple opponents, because that would be amazing. Yeah, you're done, sir. Goodbye. Okay, so what other ways are there to slow someone down? Or speed myself up? Okay, we're going to try this one more time, but we're going to add in a dash. Gotta hit them all. There we go. Okay, let me just get some distance here. Yep. A little more. Okay. Alright, now we can switch to... Alright, yeah, we need to slow time. Slow time, slow time, slow time. Please, 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 please. Too many of them to take at once. There we go. Now we switch to curtain call. Turn towards the oncoming horde. Oh, jeez. You're going to make me go up close, aren't you? Aren't you? Okay, this should be good. I should be able to finish casting before they all hit me. Oh, no, 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 no! Ah. Oh, best laid plans, huh? Alright, let's see if we have see if I can find a better spot. Maybe if I can get up here. Ah, Bloodguard already wore off, so I don't think this will actually kill any of them. But I think... Okay, alright. We've got it. We're getting closer. We're getting closer to make this work on a whole swarm of guys. Yeah, so what we want to do is drop a whole bunch of them. We'll spawn them down there, run up to this spot, pop that slow time shout, and then we should be good. That should do it. Okay. Alright, we're close. I think we can make this work. I mean, we've got to see a whole bunch of guys drop from that insta-kill spell. We just got to. It's necessary for my inner gamer.
Don't know what that was, but don't try to guess.
You want to know what it was? It was me! Oh, well, come on, guys. You can't just spread out like that. That's going to ruin everything. Alright. Come on, guys. Alright, we've got one coming up here. Did some of them just flat out run away? Oh no, they're close. Okay, yep, go. What the heck? I think it wore off right before I could... Okay, so getting this thing to time well is pretty easy against multiple targets. It's against all of this... or it's easy against single targets, I should say. It's multiple targets that are difficult, because first you got to land the blood magic, and then you've got to slow time, and then you've got to get off a master spell before they wake up. So let's try this one more time.
Don't know what that was.
Alright, landed that. Alright, I think if we just time my distance here. Cast it. Thank you. Alright, this one on the left is going to land a hit, but I think I can get through one hit without him disabling my spell. I can't do two, though! Did it. Oh, that is insane. I love it. It just like, bloop, head gone. Keep in mind that does cost 1500 magicka, so you will have to be a pretty high level or incredibly enchanted to the max just to access that spell, much less do anything crazy with it. So that is definitely an end of the game type spell. I do wonder, do you suppose it'll work on a giant? I saw a giant over here. I wonder how far away he went. Maybe if I can find him again. Although mine are modded, so they come with some magic resist. So the spell probably only works on like humanoids. So probably. yeah, I think I've put enough time into that particular perk for now. Let's see what's next. Alright, next we have Lamae's Pyre, Hemomancy Power, a 50-foot hurricane of flames that enwraps the caster for 10 seconds. Enemies take 75 fire damage per second. Can be used once, then becomes unavailable until you feed on a sleeping victim. That's an interesting twist, because it has to be a sleeping victim, so you can't just combat feed and then cast this puppy again. However, since it is a Hemomancy Power, that means it won't actually work from your Vampire Lord form. So it seems like a lot of when you look at the Vampire Lord perk tree, the ones on the right affect your Hemomancy and your mortal form, and the ones in the middle and on the left tend to focus more on enhancing your mortal form. Just something to keep in mind for when you're designing your playthrough and trying to prioritize, what do I enhance first? Let's pop that Lamae's curtain. How'd it go? There we go. Lamae's Pyre. Okay, so it uses your power slot, not your spell slot, which is useful. And since it's going to be a fire spell, let's go back into the woods here. I have a feeling if we do this under the shade, it's going to look a lot better. Where's a nice, creepy little covered section? I guess this will work. Alright, let's call our friends again. Oh no, I'm surrounded! Oh, this lasts a long time. Jeez. Wow. So that looked to me like what a master level destruction spell should be. Right? That's what a master's destruction level spell should look like. Just this explosive, destructive, virtually unstoppable swirl of magic. That was fun. Alright, so if you ever need a oh crap, I'm surrounded spell, that's it. Big time. Ooh, especially if you combine it with the destruction perks based on fire from Ordinator. Yeah, they'd die and then explode, and then everything else around them would die. So, that was a short demo, but nonetheless satisfying, to say the least. Let's hop back into Vampire Lord and take a look at what's next. Alright, looks like we're back into Vampire Lord stuff, so this kind of undermines my previous statement. Alright, the one on the far right is for Vampire Lord. The next one over, Exsanguinate, is for this line here, is for your mortal form, so keep that in mind. Alright, Chokehold. Blood magic. Concentrate to pull a creature to you from a distance, absorbing 20 points of health and stamina per second when it is close. Magic cost 50 per second. Interesting. Alright, so it costs magicka, but it gives you extra healing and stamina, which is kind of preparation for jumping back into your melee form, right? Because this guy needs magicka for his power attacks. So you go into melee magic form to use Chokehold. That allows you to regenerate stamina, and then you hop back. Okay, let's try and single target and see if we can't proc this. You picked the wrong demo to be a part of. Oh, come on. I'm trying to... How's this supposed to work here? So I'm holding it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it takes a bit to charge. Are you not? Is he too high? Oh, there we go. So it looks like he has to get pretty close before this kicks in. But I have to admit, this is pretty satisfying. Keep in mind, I gave myself 2,000 magicka, and I'm already a quarter of the way through it. And he's not dying that quickly, so this is more of a regenerative type ability. I don't think this is meant to be your primary damage dealer, because I just burned through almost 1,000 magicka just to kill one guy. But for regen it works. It takes a while to concentrate long enough to get it up and going, so keep that in mind. It takes a few seconds to charge. I do love the fact you can actually pick up a limp corpse. Woohoo! Woohoo! Oh! Oh! You can throw him! Okay, so when you... Oh, come on now. Don't be a spoil sport. Here we go. Alright, so if you get them right at the end of a turn and then let go... Yeah, they'll fly away. Well, that one wasn't a very good throw. Alright, so there's another little mini game you can do as a Vampire Lord. What's the highest you can throw somebody? Mine apparently is 7.5 feet. But that's something to consider for another time. Alright, next blood magic spell is Conjure Gargoyle. Conjure a gargoyle to fight for you for 60 seconds. This only costs 50 magicka, so it is actually relatively inexpensive as opposed to some of the other Vampire Lord powers. And there's Tiny right there. A lovely little gargoyle. If you remember from Dawnguard, their attacks actually do lifesteal, so he will also absorb health from his enemies as you do. He's tough, lots of health, makes for a really good, makes for a really helpful friend. Let's get an idea of his damage. There you go. Yeah, it's doing pretty good. I get close enough for my bats to help out. Oh jeez. Okay, I guess when you're at level 50 and the bandits are at level 50, there's only so much you can expect. But you know what? Let's do another chokehold. There we go. Yeah, so it takes like 3 seconds to charge the chokehold, and then you got them. Again, I don't know if this would work on my giants because they are specially modded with a lot of magic resist, but for your average mortal, okay, that was a little better. All right, so you don't have to do anything creative. You don't have to be spinning them around a whole lot in order to get the extra height on the throw. It looks like you just have to point and release. I wonder if I can get him on the mushroom. Oh, that time he didn't fly at all. Maybe it's when it's the killing blow? I don't know. Alright, that might be a fun thing to dink around with if you're tired. Or if you just need something else to occupy your time with. When you're done saving Skyrim, you can do a competition to see how long it takes you to hurl a body onto a mushroom. Alright, I believe the next one is Gutwrench. Concentrate to absorb 5 points of health per second from nearby living foes. Okay, this is an area of effect life drain. Uninterrupted exposure builds up to 25 points of agony per second on each foe, tearing them apart when this exceeds their remaining health. So I think the agony is a separate... It sounds like the agony is a separate marker that's meant to time how long until they all die. But let's bring in our friends and try it out. Hello everyone, welcome to my lifestealing demonstration. I am loving the... Oh jeez, okay, that's a lot of... Wildcat, you are ruining my demo. Okay, alright, so we're gonna have to hug the crew, hug the crowd, hug the crowd. There we go, yeah, okay. Hug the crowd. So when they have more agony built up than health, they instantly die. And it looks like most of them are about a third the way dead. This is... Oh, this takes a lot of magicka. Wow. I think that magicka cost is per victim. Because, yeah, my magicka is gone. Holy crap. Okay, we're going to have to get some magicka back. Oh, jeez. Wow. Okay, Wildcat makes Vampire Lord combat much more immersive. And they can block your power attacks. Interesting. Oh, wait, oh, frick, I'm in daytime. Of course. It's the middle of the day. Of course I'm having problems. Oh. I found the giant. This is oddly... Oh, wow. Okay. This is satisfying. Thank you for your help, sir. I know you had no intention of actually helping me, but at least this way I can get some magicka back. Thank you. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh. That was... What the heck? He just like fell over and died after he finished this guy off. Weird. Okay, so the Gutwrench, as we saw, was still pretty cool. It gives you area of effect drain on everything everything around you. And I don't know why Mr. Giant came over to help. Maybe there's some giant compulsion somewhere in the script as well. I don't know. But that is another fun one to use at a later date. I think magicka-wise, the cost is reasonable, but because it's sunlight and I'd already burned through a lot of my magicka for conjurations, there wasn't much left. Which brings us to la pièce de résistance, which is Maelstrom, which for some reason I can't access right now. Sometimes this thing will glitch out, because I'm also running Growl and Undead and using True Hybrid to link them all together. So we're going to give it just a sec, hop back into Vampire Lord form. That ought to reset my menu. I only have this issue when I'm trying to reset my selection. Like, I don't usually end up in the middle of fighting bad guys and my spell is suddenly disabled. Although that may have actually happened. I was making sure. Okay, I think that's what happens. Sometimes if you get hit hard enough in Wildcat, it technically injures your arms, and that forces you to disarm, right? You drop your weapon, but if you're a spellcaster, I think it can also confuse your character so that you don't have the right spells prepared. That said, we're going to use Maelstrom and the Hemomancy, and yeah, enjoy.
It's a bad time to get lost, Fred.
Oh, great. Yes, it's another one of those that takes forever to charge. Are we ready yet? Go. There we go. And it just sucks them all into one happy little family. Jeez, for almost no magic. But it takes a while to charge. Yeah, it's a master level. There we go. So it takes a good 30 seconds to charge. No, 3. Not 30, but 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Alright, yeah, once it turns black, once the fire turns black, then it's ready. That sucks them all into one area, and then remember, this puppy explodes, and it does damage over time. So that's a really good way to, well, suck the lives out of the children of Skyrim. That is a fun one. I wonder if it works on giants. I mean, it should, right? And this is the end of the demo. I mean, after this I was going to do some SACROSANCT builds, but that's the last of the demonstrations of perks and stuff. So why not give something a little crazy a try? I don't know if this will work. We'll find out. Because I am a glutton for punishment. Oh, this could be very bad. You know what? We're going to wait until nightfall. I know the lighting isn't as good from a demo standpoint, but when I'm fighting 4 super modded giants with my lonely little Vampire Lord, I need regen. I need Magicka regen. Alright, let's see if we can get these guys to all hug each other. Be friends! Oh, it worked! Oh, that is awesome! I mean, they're virtually untouched because they're super modded, but it is fun. It'll work on these guys too. You can get them all to hunker together. 1, 2, 3. Ah ha ha! Oh geez, 1 of them, 2 of them. Okay, yeah, we're gonna need to keep our distance. Woo! All right, 4 uber modded giants. As long as we keep our distance, and we can hit them with Maelstrom when we want them to cluster together. The lay of the land puts in these little jumps that just these little mini cliffs. You go one direction and you fall off, which is not bad because they're tiny, but it gives you trouble. Oh, there we go. Bow before the Vampire Lord. Ow. This one's not bowing. I shall save you for last. Oh, geez, they're not dead. They're stunned. Ah! Let's just have a little seat. Why don't you? There we go. Oh, only 1 left. There we go. Ta-da! Oh, wait. Is there another one over here? I see a red dot. Where are you? Oh, is that a little... Poor little fox. Oh, is he going to get away? Where'd he go? Die, little fox. I can't even tell where you are. Oh, I nicked him with something. I am the Vampire Lord. None shall survive, not even the foxes. I don't even eat foxes. Alrighty, cool. Well, I think that is it for today's demonstration. Feel free to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite vampiric perk power is. What seemed overpowered, what seemed really immersive. I'm looking forward to hearing your comments. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Take care.